They have security surveillance here. Okay, well, I got the microphone on. This is the entrance.
Welcome to Badlands Paranormal. Today, we travel to Calgary, Alberta, in the community of Bowness, where Linda is going to share some of her stories and revisit the former location of her childhood home, where she experienced unbelievable paranormal events. We hope to talk to some of the occupants of the apartment building that now stands where her home used to be. Join us on a walk through time to the community of Bowness and the former location of her childhood home. If you have yet to see the video where Linda and her mom tell the stories, all the paranormal events that they experienced throughout the years living in this house, there will be a link in the description.
All right, here we are in Calgary, Alberta, the little suburb of Bowness. If you're following us and you've checked out our YouTube channel, you will know about the story. The video on YouTube, a lot of people have been watching it, so we're really excited to actually be down here to the spot where the house used to sit. It's now an apartment building, and we've come down here to see if we can speak to anyone in that building to see if they've had any occurrences. But in the meantime, if you haven't watched that video, the link will be in the description. So we're coming right up to the corner here, and we're coming up to the apartments that are sitting in the space where my house, as well as 3 other houses, used to stand. All right, so here we are. We've arrived in front of the buildings where my house used to stand. And in fact, to my surprise, these lilac bushes are the same ones. There used to be a whole row of them all the way down. Right about here, where we're standing right here, was the driveway. Right here at this apartment building is exactly where the house stood. If you watch our video on YouTube, where we'll put the link in this, you will hear me talk about Mrs. Scott that came to speak to my mom and talk about how our house had a lady in it that practiced black magic, that when she died, she's seen spirits of monkeys with squirrel tails floating above her. So Mrs. Scott would never set foot into our house again, but she felt the need to come and talk to my family when they moved here about what had happened, just so we were aware. And when you follow the link, you will hear the story of what did happen in that house. But since we're here, Mrs. Scott's house is still standing. It was like this gray shingles. It was all gray shingles. And of course the flat roof, which you can see it still has right now, still the flat roof. She had an old pump organ in there. She always wanted me to come with her to Sunday school, which I did once. Whenever we came to visit, usually just me and my little brother, she always had apples for us, and she would play and sing some old church songs on her old pump organ. It was very, very cool. And she was pretty old. She was probably early 90s. Like, she was an old lady. So yeah, Mrs. Scott. So right here at this entrance to that back alley is right where my bell-bottom pants, because this was the 70s, got caught in the chain of my junior 10-speed bicycle. I tipped over, but I was all right. It was a problem in the 70s, getting your jeans caught in the chain of your bike. So this building here is the AGT building, where I used to hang out and get wire out of the garbage, because you could make like little rings and bracelets out of the wire. There was red and green and yellow and white, and that's what we would do. In fact, it was a garbage can just like these big blue ones here. Yeah, the old AGT building. And I used to go to Mrs. Louie's house because she would make poppy seed muffins and invite me over, which is the house right there beside that apartment building. Here we're gonna have to figure out a way to reach people, because we honestly thought there'd be a lobby that we could go into, but it's separate entrances, it appears. So I think there's no chance at all. And this bus station here is right exactly where I would sit to catch the bus to go to school. TB Riley and Bowness High.
That's the entrance of the place.
Do you think that's the entrance?
Yeah.
They have security surveillance here. Okay, well, I got the microphone on. This is the entrance. Oh, there's the bulletin board. Let's see. Right now we're standing right where the house used to sit. Okay. Yeah, we are. This is standing right where the house used to sit. Wow, we managed to get in here. Anyways, it's kind of cool. This is where my old house used to sit. I didn't think we'd get inside here like this. I'm gonna leave some cards out in the foyer and a couple of brochures that I have, and hopefully somebody will just contact us. But yeah, this is super cool. Super cool. This is where I used to live, hang out, and yeah, check out that link. You're gonna want to see that video of what actually happened in the house that used to sit here way back when. So yeah, very cool. Well, hey, at least we got that. I'll just leave them up here. There we go. Fingers crossed that we get something. Wow, that was super cool. We got all the way down the hallway way to the end where the house used to stand, and we stood in the stairwell and we talked about it. That was lucky. All the doors open for us. We left brochures, some business cards, so...
Should have slipped some under the doors.
Oh, go around, Pot. We'll get kicked out for soliciting.
So one thing I'd like to add, that house was torn down, and the apartment building that was built is a low-income housing complex. If you go on Google and you look at the reviews, there's 2 reviews of this apartment. Now the first one was 3 years ago, so if you read the first review, it's not entirely uncomfortable place to be at. Why the program is not open to actual community, and it's called community development. They say it's not the worst place to live, it's not the best. Now this one a year ago, it's in a poorhouse and not very comfortable, would not recommend. I feel like there's always ways to make any space feel like home. Now I wonder what's making it uncomfortable. Could it be that the energy from that house draws the negativity? The place is low-income housing. It doesn't seem to be in the best area, but I feel like that space is still holding on to a lot of negative energy, and it's being projected now as not a very comfortable place to be. Now I wonder if there are more people that think that or have had experiences there. It's very intriguing. Now if there's anybody that lives in this building, DRS, they're in Bowness. 6228 Bowness Road, Northwest. If you live there and you've had some sort of a strange paranormal experience, we'd love to hear your story. Honestly, if the amount of activity that is experienced in that house, there's no way that that it's not reflecting to this day and age here where the building itself is being negatively reflected. Who knows what's really going on there? But if you have any stories and you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. You can get in contact with us, and we'd love to hear your stories. Endeavor. One thing I would have loved is if we had actually brought some paranormal equipment in with us into that little stairwell area, on the spot paranormal investigation. That would have been awesome. But unfortunately, we did not have any equipment, so we didn't actually get the opportunity. It would have been cool to even have like a K2 meter, but we didn't. The fact that we actually were able to stand there in the spot of the house, that's pretty amazing. Reflecting back, hearing all those stories and knowing that I was actually able to stand exactly where, some of these things actually took place. Until next time, we will see you on the next video. Thank you.